podcast. Habla un artista. On this episode, Gabriel Fernandez from Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. Hi, on this episode of Habla un artista, I'm happy to be here with Gabriel Fernandez. He's from the Boston area and he's a well known artist in Massachusetts on the street art. Thank you, Gabby, for being here.
Thank
And
you
well,
for having me.
let's start because I know you're a busy guy. And can you tell us more about how you became a street artist and what's that mean?
Well, I became a street artist. Luckily, I had a group of friends that were active outside painting on legal walls and maybe some without permission, but they definitely showed me how to stretch out my little drawings on paper to masterpieces on the wall. So definitely thanking those group of individuals that definitely pushed me outside of my canvas or book spaces.
That's cool. And what was the motivation behind the street artists? Well, why not canvas or MDF or what was the attractive to do on the walls?
Shoot, I like art anywhere it is. It could be on anything, and I admire it. However, from doing art so much in my canvases and books, and they're so selective on where they go, it could be stuck in my book forever in a shelf. Only people see it when they see it, and that I don't mind it, but it's something about when you walk outside your door, you don't even expect to see something so beautiful, and then you turn a corner, and then you see this nice art piece that someone put up there for us to enjoy. That speaks to me. I just love to share my art with the passing by world.
That's cool. And someone did you learn from someone in your family or who was the person behind like pushing you? Okay, let's do it. You can become a great artist, and who was that person? That special someone.
My friends pushed me. My family influenced me. My Oh my God, I grew up seeing my father draw everything that was on the coffee mugs every morning on a napkin perfectly. Oh my God, I never knew my father was a good drawer, but yeah, he used to do it a lot back in the day. He kind of stopped. My mother actually took some art classes when I was in my middle school years. Wow, I didn't know my mother still had it in her. Yeah, fascinating artwork, and I realized, that I got it from them. I didn't just get it from myself or my friends. It definitely came from them. And even my brother's got some great art skills hidden somewhere within him. He got to bust them out someday. But yeah, my family, I definitely have a lot to thank for them showing me a little bit along the way until I got to my later years. And my friends definitely pushed me up that ladder.
That's awesome. So there is a combination of everybody. That's cool, and it's very important that your family and friends definitely support you and motivate you to continue, with your art. So what's the message that you want to transmit when you do your art? So what you want to transmit? Yeah, the meaning behind each of your pieces of art.
Well, each piece naturally has its own message. Like, I don't know, it's strange when it comes to artwork because you can have a big white canvas with a black square in it, and then everybody's gonna pull out a little different message out of it. But I guess the easiest way for me to put it is that when I create something, no matter what it is, if it has a real deep meaning to it or not, my story behind it is anything is possible. Just anything. It's all in here. You just got to pull out those ideas and sketch them out and start them somehow. People always say, "Oh, wow, how did you even think of starting something like that?" And you just start it. You just start it. Just get it on there, and then before you know it, things come to life with the little TLC, tender love and care. You just gotta put it to your heart, and then things will come to life. And that my message is anything's possible for artwork, and just my mind goes 1,000 miles a minute when I see new artwork. Even artwork I've seen hundreds of times. Every day I look at the same piece and my mind still goes in different directions I never would have expected. So the beautiful part about art is it's the message is within you. So
So each of us
has a different
provide
meaning.
has a different
Yeah.
meaning. That's right. So
And
and
it's tricky. It's a tricky one.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, it's and it's art. You know, art, as you mentioned, it might have different significance from for you, for me, or the people that is watching the podcast. Definitely, and in that aspect, when you start doing street art, who was that painter or artist that you really love, or that you feel that has influenced you as well, you know, on your style? Because I know that you have your own style, but you know, you copy a little bit from this artist because it has something really meaningful for you.
Yeah, I think these three friends of mine that I met in Boston, I'm gonna keep their names out. They know who they are. I see them as much as I can. They taught me a lot about the local graffiti scene out here, and they taught me what I should do and what I shouldn't do and how to go about it and just to get better. And they definitely showed me the way of the street art out here in my town area. And they are the reasons why I got to meet others in the trade. I've met so many talented artists because of these three people, and I learned a lot from just not just those three people, but everybody I've met. And the ideas are endless. The possibilities and the inspiration, the imagination keeps going and going, and that's what I love about art. And you could pull me miles and miles away from it, tie me to a chain on a tree with no inspiration anywhere, and I'll create something. Yeah, I'll always find the inspiration to come crawl back to. The art is always gonna be here, and I definitely thank my friends that push me to help me see that, because before I met them, I was really into my skateboarding, and I didn't paint as much as I did. I was just out skateboarding every day. And but then with the skateboarding, then you see all the artwork on the bottom of the skateboards. That's influencing myself too. I love seeing the different artwork on the skateboards, and they actually go hand in hand. So I was blessed to be in the skateboarding community because a lot of the graffiti writers are skateboarders as well. So I got to meet a lot of them naturally in the place where I wanted to be anyways, at the skate park. So
That's
I lucked out.
that's awesome. So pretty much you love painting, like you know, do the graffiti scene when possible, and skateboarding. So that's inspiring, you know, because you're loving what you're doing, right?
Yeah, most of the time at all the skate parks you go to any skate park, you'll see street art on the walls as well. So it's a space where the community that skates loves the artwork, and it's just a safe place most of the time for people to go experience and practice their artwork and go hang out at a skate park. And I'm sure people will admire it and say, "Wow, what are you doing? This is awesome." You know, it's a great place to meet people as well.
That's awesome. So and when did you start like doing it professionally, not just as a
Mm.
hobby? When was that that period of transition when you like become started like earning money from your art?
Definitely was a transition. Definitely was a transition. I had to get more serious. I had to put aside all the long nights of going out and risking myself to get in trouble and just lack of sleep just to practice. But really, it was fun doing all that what I was doing. But when the money comes in, it's when you realize you're having more fun, because you'll be like, "Wow, I actually sold the painting," and it's just like an unreal feeling. It's nothing like it. That's why that got me to realize, wow, I can actually continue this. And I just don't even have to have a commission sale. I could just come up with something right now and just do it, and then show it to somebody, and then it'll go. Because that's why I just can't stop creating. Not just for the money. I Money comes and goes. The artwork lasts longer. than most of the money. If you're an
Totally.
artist trying to get out there and hit that transition and actually see some income come in, you got to put the time into it. You got to be serious about it. You got to.
Yeah, definitely. Like, but you know, when you do what you love and you start like making money from it, definitely it's something even better because you
Yeah.
are creating and you're like receiving an income from it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that I've noticed when they sell paintings, they like to add in the time that they took to paint it. But
Hmm.
for me, man, I could spend like a whole month painting on something just for the fun of it, just because I like to go back to it. Just like I probably won't stay like for 5 hours painting a piece. I usually do. I could sit down for 8 hours, not drink or eat anything, and just continue painting. But usually the way I paint it now, I'll have like a bunch of paintings with me. I'll have like 3 or 4 of them that I already started, and then when I do one on something on one, I'll let it dry, and then I'll pick up another one, and I just spread out through all my paintings. I do a little on each of them as I can.
That's cool. So well, that's a way to for an artist, you know, because sometimes when you mix colors and you don't let them dry, definitely
Mhm.
it might mess up.
Yeah, but
Yes.
those mess ups are sometimes beautiful mistakes.
Well, true. That's right. That's right. So, and who can you tell that is your biggest fan of your art?
Oh my gosh, definitely hands down my parents and my brother. Always every time I come up with something, even if it's not done, I just show them first. I like to show them first. There was like my brother is one of my biggest hype mans. He every time I paint something, he always wants it, which is every time he says I want it, then I know it's decent and it's good, and then that's I feel bad because I would love to give it to him. I would give him every painting I could.
That well,
But
that's yeah,
I
and
gotta spread them out
that's
to the rest of the world.
fantastic. Definitely, that's fantastic because that's when you can feel the love and the support
Mm,
from them, right?
definitely, yeah. I can't get enough of that feeling. I would show them an empty canvas if they would give me the same reaction.
Just with your signature, Gabriel Fernandez. Bravo! It's fantastic.
Yeah, I love
That's
it. Yeah, it's such a good
awesome.
feeling.
And do you remember the first piece that you did in a piece of paper or on a canvas that you ever drew and apply some color on it?
No, man, I've been definitely doing artwork for since my middle school days. So I'd have to say that's getting to almost 20 years. So I just
You just
definitely
lost
the first
count.
no, that's a tricky one to remember. I can remember my first mural because
Oh,
that was
sure.
big.
And where was it? Like in Boston
Yeah,
or?
it's in Boston. It's not too far from where I'm at. It was easy because I got to skate down there or even ride my bike with my supplies. It was very convenient for me, and I got to go in the morning whenever I woke up, and then come back home. And it was a restaurant, so luckily they fed me because they see me standing at that wall for so long. It was God bless their souls. Yeah, but they hired me to paint this wall in their parking lot. This really long wall, and we did a nice fade from red to yellow, make it look like a sunset. We put a little mountain range, a little Spanish style house with a lot of tiles, and there was a guy up front with a shovel, and then he's pulling out some agave plants because it's a Spanish restaurant. Yeah, and then I did the letters as best as I can since I focus on letters. But yeah, it was a great gig, and every time I ride my bike by it or in a car pass by it, it's still so vibrant and looks like I just painted it the other day, and it really cheers me up when I see my paintings like that. Yeah, that was my first one, and not my last. Right now, I'm on I think about my seventh mural in the state of Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
Paid,
That's fantastic.
paid
Hey,
mural, yeah.
and you mentioned before we connect that like some of your art is being paid now by the city or the state. I can remember.
By the state.
by
by
the
the
state?
state. Massachusetts Commonwealth has been searching searching for local artists, which is the most beautiful thing. I'm glad I'm here, you know, because it was just always a challenge for me to like sell myself. I'm not really the biggest person in like talking about myself to people and throwing myself out there and trying to get nail clients like that. I'm a big word of mouth guy, so I like the connections that people give out, and then they talk about my art, and then it's that's how I've been getting a lot of my jobs. And actually, this same one from the city that
That's
supplied
cool.
me with a grant. They supplied me with a 5 grand grant that I applied for, and they gave it to me. And I told them what I was going to do with it was to be supporting the city with murals and getting local artists to help me do the murals. And I did. I definitely got up to 7 murals with that grant, and
Wow.
it was a fun time.
Congratulations. That's,
Thank you.
that's at your young age, and, you're already being hired by the state. That's
Yeah,
a huge accomplishment.
it's it's the third grant commission I've gotten from the city, which is beautiful. Yeah, and it's actually great. They actually on the website they put up a couple more, so I got some more applying to do. And
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Hopefully, yeah, like that's going to become a reality. Definitely, definitely.
thank you.
So behind all of that, nowadays that kids are more into social media, what would you tell them? Because I know that you're not on social media, you're like pretty much like away from that aspect. It will be interesting listening to what would you recommend or advise those newer generations to get interested in any kind of art.
You know what? That's a good one because I haven't had social media for over 12 years, so I don't know where to start if I would even sign in. But what's funny about that you brought it up is every time I talk to an artist about my artwork, or not even an artist, doesn't have to be an artist. Anytime I talk to a human being about my artwork and they see it, they say, "Wow, you need to start an Instagram." And I don't know, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know if the Instagram will help my artwork. Maybe it'll help people see it, but if I were to start right now an Instagram, and then definitely I would just show my artwork and just leave like probably the title of the artwork. I very very easygoing when it comes to posts. I don't know how to do it anymore. It's not my thing. I would just try to like use it to like gain like classes. I would probably like do it to like host classes or like get whoever has kids to bring their kids to teach them how to like spray paint or something, like do a little graffiti course with some kids, or get the youth involved in artwork. Because, you know, like adults, they think it's fun and all, but they'll do it once and probably never do it again. You get the kids involved, they'll run fire with it and spread it to all their friends and show them how cool it is. And I just feel like if I was gonna do some social media networking, I would probably definitely use it to like my advantage and getting the youth involved. But that's one thing I'm been thinking about with a couple of friends of mine, how I'm gonna get a little graffiti class going, teach some kids how to use the spray can the right way
Definitely,
and not get
definitely.
in trouble with it. But yeah, I feel like that's what I would do. Try to use it to like gain some followers and start like little classes and seminars
That will be
instead of just
awesome.
posting my artwork like everyone else does.
Yeah, well, or maybe you can convince someone on the state or the city to promote it or to help you set it up and, become a reality as well.
Actually, yeah, I just have to spit that idea to them. I have so many ideas that I want to spit to them that I don't know which one. which one I want to tell them, you know? No, but yeah, that's a great idea, Camilla. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Maybe it's could be a new resolution idea for next year.
Shoot, I'm gonna do it this year. I'm gonna because they I seen that application, so I'm gonna definitely write something up. That's a yeah, that's hey, why not create my visions into realities, right?
Definitely, definitely. That's totally true. So, well, Gabby, what's the best way that people can get in touch with you? Either WhatsApp or email, since you're not big on social media. Will be the best way for, like when someone is watching this podcast that said that they want a private or a piece of your art illustrated in their home or business. Will be the best way for them to reach you.
Definitely the best way is to email me, and you're 100% right. Yeah, I'm not one to like stare at my like check my phone all the time. I'll check it like in the morning and at nighttime, and I'll go about my day. However, yeah, email I check it. I'm always checking my email, not every day, but I have to check my email because I have some important things that I wait for on there. However, yes, that's email is the one thing. Even if I don't get to it, it's still gonna be saved in there, and I will see it. But yeah, most of the times when it comes to commission artworks, no, I respond to those immediately, and I don't. It might take me like let's say a month to do the artwork, but doesn't mean that I'm like not doing it. I just take my time with the arts. But yeah,
That's the best way. And can you
that's the
share
best way. Email, and
your
I'll leave
email?
the email with you so you could put it in
Okay.
a link.
Okay, perfect. You just give it give it to me, and I'll just put it at the end of the podcast. That way, everybody can just read out the comments and email you directly. Definitely.
Yeah, feel free to email me. No problem. I'll send you any artwork I got available so you could see what I'm capable of and what I have to offer. And shoot, yeah, we can come up with new ideas. The limit's endless.
Sure. Well, before we go, can you show us maybe you have a book with some of your drawings or something like that? That way you can show it to people and they can, or anything that you might have at hand. So people like have like a really good, oh, look, I have seen some of Gabby's art in Boston or any other place around uh, the New England
Yeah,
area.
I have some artwork right here actually. Let me show you. It's stuff that I do at my work. I just get bored and I'll draw on these papers that I get at my job. Is it
Oh,
a little too
cool.
dark? Let me see
No,
if
no,
I can
that's great. And
get a little light going. One sec.
sure. Oh, there you go. From the bike.
Yeah. I use this light for painting so much.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
And you just
I don't
put
know if
like,
you can see.
and that's a paper bag, right?
Yeah, for the wine bottles go in here because I work at a liquor store.
Cool.
So then this is just stuff that I can't
Oh,
help myself
that's
but
awesome.
doing. I just like to just get these ideas out of my head.
And you just give them, when someone purchases some of the wine or
Oh
liquor, you
yeah,
just give it to
yeah.
them.
I always give them out. Yeah, they love it. And you know the funniest thing about that, they'll be like, "Oh wow, it's still on my wall." They hang it on their wall.
Well, that's definitely because oh, I love that one. The train, or that's what,
Yep.
like
The
people walking
trainer, the
on the
two
train.
hikers in the tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love to do line work. I'm big into lines and letters, as you can see.
that's fantastic.
Can't get enough of drawing
That
these letters. I don't know, I can't really see if I'm getting the whole
no, no,
thing in,
no.
but
But that's amazing.
some sketches. Yeah, I can't help but draw so much when I'm bored.
Well, that's awesome. Well, now you know, guys. If you're in the Boston and you come across Gabby's liquor store where he works at, ask him for an autograph of one of those, because in a couple of years those might be worth not a
More
hundred,
than
a
welcome. Yeah, I'll
thousand.
give them right to you for free. Just buy a bottle of wine.
Definitely. Well, Gabby, you're very talented, definitely, let me tell you. And That's something different from what you see every day.
Thanks, Camila. Yeah, I just I eat, sleep, and breathe letters, so I just can't get enough of it. Look, I'm going through these fast now just to
Well,
get them off.
definitely, definitely, and it's fantastic. And oh, look at that! That's like a guy sitting down, and that would
Drawing in
be
the book. That's
yeah.
supposed to be me.
That's supposed to be you. I was gonna say that. Well,
Yeah.
Gabby, thank you so much for showing us your art. Um, being so talented and sharing it with us. I'll definitely once I post it. Oh, there you go. You have a rack with your favorite spray
Ready to rock
painting.
and roll. Ready to rock and roll.
Definitely. Well, Gabby, thank you so much. I appreciated your time, and hopefully, I might be able to go anytime soon to Boston, and you can take me on a private tour to show me some of your art.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll have you watch me while I do a mural. That'll be a fun project.
There you go. All right, Gabby. Thank you so much, and definitely, I hope to see you very soon.
Thank you, Camila, for your time as well.
Bye
Peace to
bye.
everybody that listened. Thank you.
Bye.